Hi, I'm Tiffany. Welcome to Towering TBR. If you're new, I'm chronically ill and disabled. I read a wide variety of books, and today I'm going to be answering the questions for the end of year book tag. This tag was created by Ariel Bissett, and I will make sure to link her original in the description below. Hopefully, this will give you a taste of my reading interest and see if your bookish tastes align with my bookish taste. All right, let's get right into it. Question 1. Do you have any books that you need to finish by the end of the year? No, I do not hold on to books. I will DNF them if it's not working for me. The longer I try and pause a book, the more I lose interest. So nothing still for me to read except what I'm currently in the middle of. Question 2. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of year? And for me, classics scream autumnal vibes. And so earlier I read The Well of Loneliness by Radclyffe. That was great. And later this month, I plan to be picking up the other classic, The Woman in White by Wilkie. And yeah, this is a suspense novel, one of the first, I think. And I think it will definitely get me into autumn vibes. For me, I do not read hardly any horror or really thrillers, so I don't do anything real spooky. Is there a new release you are waiting for still? And yes, there are 2 actually, and they both come out November 12th. The first is Vanishing Creatures by Katherine Rundell. This is a nonfiction book about endangered animals in our world. I read a book by her earlier this year, Impossible Creatures, which was a fantasy book about lots of different magical creatures. And I absolutely love the way she writes, and I'm hoping that this nonfiction will be just as magical. And the second book that is coming out on November 12th is Believe, the Untold Story of Ted Lasso. And it's all about like behind the scenes of creating Ted Lasso, which I have seen once, but don't know a lot about. So I think it will be a lot of fun to read all the trivia tidbits behind the scenes. The next question, what are the 3 books you want to read by the end of the year? Quite honestly, if you ask me on a certain day, I might say something different. But as of today, the 3 books I most want to prioritize for the end of the year. The first is How Beautiful We Were by Imbolo Mbue. This is a climate fiction book about a fictional African town that has to deal with pollution and unsafe drinking water, and it looks amazing. I'm also hoping I can use it in my effin pairs. If you haven't seen that, I will link my first video, but basically I link a fiction and a nonfiction book by their topic. And with this being pollution and environmentalism, there are 2 books I'm also considering reading with it. And if you've read them, give me your opinion. But I'm thinking I might read Paradise Falls by Keith O'Brien, which is a true story of pollution in the United States, or What the Eyes Don't See, which is about the Flint, Michigan water crisis. If you've read either of those and think it would pair well with this, let me know. Another book I'm really hoping to prioritize is Affinity by Sarah Waters. I have read Sarah Waters' 5 other books. This is the last one I have yet to read, and I'm hoping it will be amazing. I love Sarah Waters, and I think she's an amazing writer, and so I almost don't want to read it because I don't want to be done with her stuff, but I still think it'll be a treat, and I'm probably going to prioritize it this year. And lastly, I said this in my mid-year book freakout tag, which I will link. I really want to get to The Will of the Many by James Islington. It is a bit intimidating. It's a quite hefty book, and it's epic fantasy, which so many people have hyped this book up that I just need to get to it. And I think book 2 is coming out next year, so hopefully I won't have to wait too long if I love it. Is there a book that could shock you and become your favorite of the year? I hope so. I have read a couple of 5 stars recently that are definitely going to be making it to my favorites list, and I have some really high hopes for my nonfiction that I'm planning to read in November. For me, nonfiction either really hits or it really misses. So I'm hoping that I'll pick out a couple that are really good hits. Have you started making reading plans for 2025? And the answer is not exactly. I have decided that it was a goal of mine this year to reread books, and I think I'm gonna push that as a goal next year as well because I feel like I need to give myself permission to reread when I have so many books on my shelves that are not read yet. So I'm planning to do that, and I'm planning to continue my F in pairs, the fiction nonfiction pair. But other than that, I don't really have any concrete ideas. I'm very much a mood reader, and so planning content can be difficult because I might not want to pick up that book I've assigned myself. So I'll probably have some more plans when I get a little bit closer to the end of the year. And the last is to tag some people, and I will tag some people in the description below. I want to double check and see who's done this one first. If you weren't tagged, but you would like to answer some or all of these questions, definitely leave them down in the description below. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. Thank you for joining me. Happy reading.